Hi guys, time for another video. So I want to start by saying that I did an interview yesterday with two other YouTubers and it was so much fun. The beginning of the interview is a bit awkward because it's three people trying to talk, but if you bear with me, you hang in there and you watch it, I'm going to post a link down below. I think that you'll start to get into it because it smooths out a lot and it becomes really good. It's because my sound was a bit out of sync at first and also the video was cutting out, so I missed some questions. It got a little bit confusing, but it got really good in the video. But anyways, in this video I'm being interviewed by Root Times, who some of you may know, and also the interview was with Depression to Expression, who is awesome. He does amazing videos. He has a lot of subscribers. He's really cool if you don't already know about him. So I will post the link down below and you'll be able to find both of those other YouTubers as well. So for today's video, this one's inspired by another YouTuber called Steve, I think it's pronounced Schoenhard. I'm also going to link his channel down below. He does a great job with his videos. We have been kind of writing back and forth to each other on each other's vlogs, and he's really cool, so go check out his channel. So to get into my video today, I'm going to do it on how both jealousy and envy affect my depression. So first of all, I'll start by doing the distinction between jealousy and envy. And I have my cue cards again today because I wanted to get this straight because it is quite confusing. Some people think jealousy and envy are interchangeable words. However, they're actually not. So I'm going to explain a little bit how people differentiate the two, and it's not very clear cut. As I was researching it, it's a little confusing, but basically jealousy seems to involve three people, whereas envy involves only two people. So jealousy, the definition I found, is a feeling of resentment you have towards other people's successes and their advantages, whereas envy is more a feeling of discontent due to their successes and their advantages. Therefore, there's a slight difference between the two of them. And also often when you're feeling jealousy, it's when you already possess the attribute, however it feels threatened. So let's say you're worried about another woman going after your man or something, that would be a jealousy reaction. And envy is more of a lack of a desired attribute. So therefore you say someone is really beautiful, you're envious of their beauty because you don't have that beauty, let's say, just as an example of the two of them. So now I'm going to speak a little bit about my own personal experience. I hope I kind of sorted out the two for you a little bit. So just think that jealousy usually involves three people and envy usually involves two. So I'll explain a little bit about myself. I always used to think of myself as kind of like, you know how they say green eyes of jealousy? Like I was like, that's me, because I would struggle with it a lot. And honestly, it would affect my depression quite a bit. It could bring me down into depressive cycles, but I'm learning to cope a lot better with it. So first of all, I'll tell you how both jealousy and envy manifests itself for me, and then I will go on to say how I cope with it, because I'm dealing so much better with it these days. Honestly, my coping strategies are pretty amazing right now. I'm not gonna lie, they've been helping me a lot. So anyways, my own experience with jealousy is, honestly, I find my own jealousy very unfounded, very illogical, and very aimless. Like when I look at it now, I'm like, honestly, there's no point to it, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like I experience it, however it is kind of silly. But then again, when you experience an emotion, you can't really control that, can you? So I'm wondering, honestly, if someone wants to psychoanalyze me, write down below, let me know why they think I'm this way. I'm very curious. I'm wondering if jealousy for me in my life has been a sort of defense mechanism of some sort. Very curious about that. It used to actually be, this is one of my lowest points. In the past, like a few years ago, any ex my boyfriend at the time would have, I would use them as my workout motivation, regardless of the quality of that person, regardless of how attractive they were physically, mentally, how intelligent they were. None of that mattered to me. It was just they were my reason to work out, and it would vary between any of the exes, and it's a very unhealthy thing. I do not recommend that to anyone. Now when I work out, I try and use myself as a motivation to be healthier, to be happier, to, you know, help myself out of my depression. I use it as a very positive thing in my life now. So please try not to fall into the same trap as me, because I wasted a good few years being in that really unhealthy mindset, and the more you reinforce it, the more you start to have those negative patterns in your brain continuing. So I would be jealous of models, actresses, beautiful people. I have a lot of trouble acknowledging beauty in other females for some reason, even when it's blatantly obvious. I do have trouble just saying that person's attractive, and I don't know why that is. And for me, envy, would manifest itself as people's lives. So it'd be looking at where they are, like if they have a good career, if they're married, their travel experiences. So honestly, I, at this point in my life, try and use Facebook less because that's where mostly things come up. I'm 26, so people are getting married, people have awesome careers, they're traveling all over the place, but I try my best to distance myself from that because I do have that envy. Some people can look at those experiences and be like, wow, I'm happy for that person, and not feel any envy whatsoever. I do feel that pull of envy. You know, it's like that feeling in your stomach. You feel that jealousy feeling, that envy feeling. It's not a good thing, and it's something I try to avoid so I don't go back into that negative cycle. And so as I was saying, it's a huge demon of mine, both of these things. It's something that I've wrestled with, but now I will share with you 3 techniques I have that have been helping me pull myself out of these depressive cycles that are caused by the jealousy and the envy. So one strategy of mine was actually done in my last video I made, my positivity video, and it's to reflect on yourself and find things that you like about yourself, physically, mentally, boost your own confidence yourself. Because if you can do that, you are going to feel better about yourself. Because ultimately, we all know it doesn't matter what other people think. If you love yourself and you're okay with yourself, then you will feel good automatically. And I know it is much easier said than done. Because if someone goes on my video right now and says, oh, you're ugly and stuff, of course I'm going to take that to heart as much as I wouldn't want to. It's an automatic reflex. So it's the kind of thing that you have to be okay with yourself first. The second thing is to remember that maybe your illness has held you back in life in terms of what society thinks you should be like, in terms of being married at a certain age, having a career at a certain age. But you have to remember that your illness has also made you so much stronger by going through it, whether it's depression, social anxiety, OCD, anything. It just makes you stronger. It makes you a stronger person. And so when you are ready to move forwards in life, you will have that strength to do it well. So don't feel like you have to rush through life, you have to accomplish things. I think a lot of people who suffer from mental illness feel held back in their life in a certain way, but it doesn't mean that you won't be able to move forward in the future once you've had help and you've helped yourself through that. And my third thing is that remember that you might actually be a role model to other people, and you might be perfection to somebody else. Someone might look at you and wish that they were you. You know, that's happened to me before. I've thought, oh my gosh, like I'm so jealous of this person, so envious of this person. But then someone I didn't even realize is looking at me and going, I wish I had her life. I wish I looked like her. I wish I acted like her. Like, you never ever know. So don't doubt yourself too much because some people might think you're very amazing. Alright, so that's my advice for you guys, my own experiences. And just to say, if you guys ever wanted to interview me on Google Hangouts, if you ever wanted to ask me specific questions, if you want to know anything about me, please feel free to do so because I love that. I love getting inspiring things from you guys, inspiration for my videos. So let me know, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.